Welcome to the What We Remember Rundown for Star Wars The Mandalorian, Episode 3, Chapter 3, The Sin. My name is Bradley Jones.
My name is Andrew Moldenhauer.
My name is Andy Hubert.
And we just start this.
Yeah, that's
right?
how this works.
Because that's how this goes.
No, like
so we just start talking.
for it,
The
but
intro
yeah.
already played, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was a great intro. I heard it.
It's just like a song. It's like a
Hey, that's always good.
royalty-free sci-fi song.
I
is
say
what
we've all
plays.
clearly listened to the episode.
Nobody's
already
heard
out.
anything. Only me.
Oh, man.
So we're on Chapter 3.
We are.
Getting
Yeah.
it going.
We're starting to get somewhere, in a way, sort of. You called this.
I did.
You did,
How
totally.
I did?
Yes, last episode you were like, well, he's probably going to realize that he gave Yoda two bad guys, and he's going to go back.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, this is happening. Brad called it.
Sure. But he got also a bunch of bonus stuff, too.
There were bonus things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the first thing that happens is it opens up Mandalorians in his... I was going to write the name of the ship down, and I didn't. It's got a name. He says it like...
does it?
One,
No, does it? I didn't even realize.
Yeah, it says
I'll
in,
have to catch that.
he says in the first episode. But Yoda takes a little
knob off.
little knob off
The spaceship.
Yeah.
Space gear shifter.
Which was sweet. It came back at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Or,
did.
well, middle.
The middle.
The middle.
And the
the
end.
middle.
It came
yeah,
back
it felt
3
like
times.
at the end.
This episode did what I wanted the last episode to do, where it made every scene count and like foreshadow a thing and set something up. And I was like, wow, if I would have just waited one episode, they like fixed all the problems that I had with the second episode.
Yeah. This episode felt... I think we've said this for some of the previous episodes too, but for me, this one felt very much like a video game. And that's
They've all been video
And I don't
games.
think that's a bad thing. I think it worked really well. And it was just funny because I'm like, watching this episode, I was like, man, I would totally play this.
You're watching somebody play a really good video game
Yeah.
with all these episodes.
It's like just watching a Let's Play of the Mandalorian game for GameCube, you know?
Yeah, I haven't had that thought since the first episode, but I did agree with that.
That's right,
thought,
you
for
did
sure.
say that in the first episode, yeah.
He delivers the baby Yoda, which is called the child through the thing. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's called kid, but
You can
child.
call it Baby Yoda.
You can call it,
Come
whatever
on.
you want.
I
He
mean,
calls
is it
child.
Yoda? Is it a Yoda?
Yeah, that's the thing.
We don't know.
I
They
don't think
haven't.
it's
they
a
haven't
child.
said that yet.
Yeah, that's true. They're going to be like, surprise, it's a different species. We got you.
And we get a question answered that we had in our last part. Werner Herzog did send all of those hunters.
Yes, he did.
He
I
did,
had asked
yeah.
about that. I know he was like, yeah, that was totally me. I did it.
That's how important the package was.
He's like, what you going to do, cry about it?
He had to ensure that it was going to get to them safely.
Yes. There's a moment here where he's returning the child. Herzog and him have like a nice little one-on-one convo.
Yes.
He hands the Mandalorian what was the word that we didn't know what was happening in the first episode, the Comtono.
Yeah.
The toner for the printer.
The ice cream maker.
Yeah, the ice
thing.
cream maker, yeah.
Yeah, which is a reference from, it's in the Empire Strikes Back
Yeah,
in one scene.
I think I mentioned this in one of our episodes, but it's like this dude running in the background of Cloud City or something has like this thing under his arm, and it was an ice cream maker from the time. Like that was just, it looked futuristic, I guess, so they had him
Oh my
carry
God.
it. And
That's amazing.
He has become this like cult figure in Star Wars. Like tons of people dress up as this dude at like conventions and stuff, and it's hilarious, and I love every bit of it.
So Werner Herzog
Wonder
was
how
saying,
long it took people to get that one off the ground.
Yeah.
he was saying the right word. Like none of us were like container. What is he saying? Carton? But it's Comtono.
Comtono.
Because Grief Karga says it later too.
Classic Comptono.
I feel like that's like the rough draft. Contono.
Comtono.
Comtono.
Someone just like mistyped it, and they were like, "Fuck, leave it in. I don't give a
Yeah,
shit."
it looks good. It looks good.
Lines that stood out to me, Werner Herzog says, finding a Mandalorian is harder than finding the steel.
What are your plans for it?
How uncharacteristic of one of your reputation. You have taken both commission and payment. Is it not the code of the guild that these events are now forgotten? That Beskar is enough to make a handsome replacement for your armor. Unfortunately, finding a Mandalorian in these trying times is more difficult than finding the steel.
Which sets up finally there's things happening.
Yes.
That there's just not a lot of Mandalorians out there anymore.
Yeah, which
like,
we
way
didn't
more
really
Beskar.
understand their kind of like underground world that they were
Yeah,
living in.
Sure, they have like a John Wick
We finally got
society.
some good. Yeah, exactly. We finally got some world building. This was the John Wick 3 of Mandalorian.
I need to go back and watch John Wick 3.
Yeah, so we finally get to meet some new dudes. We meet Mr. Humongous Heavy Armor guy.
Oh yeah, he's
who
got a
is-
sweet Gatling gun.
Yeah,
thing.
totally rad.
Yeah.
And like all the other, I couldn't tell if the other Mandalorians were like mad at him or jealous of him.
A little
or
bit of
just
everything,
kind of like
I think.
standoffish in general.
Yeah.
Maybe all of it.
Because he gets all that Beskar inside the Camtono and he takes it to that hideout.
Yeah.
Yes. I was going to jump back, though.
Oh,
to
yeah.
I
finish
jumped
up.
back just now.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, jump
You're
back,
jumping
Jack.
back further.
No. I'm jumping back to what you were saying. Because the wrap up of the conversation with Werner Herzog was that he had asked him what they were going to do with Baby Yoda. And he
It's
got
against good policy.
Yeah, he got like a little
keep asking.
heated.
He's like, how
there.
dare you ask me that?
Yeah. He's like, you deliver and I paid you. We're done here.
I was like, man, I was like, all right, man, I was just asking. You could just say I'm not telling you, man. Damn, dog.
He he accepted that, took the Camtono.
Can't say it with a straight face.
I can't. It's kind of dumb. Then he takes it back to get fitted for some new armor.
Yeah.
For like a full getup too.
Ooh, all of it. Yep.
Oh yeah,
God.
he gets everything.
You can get some bonus weapons called the Whistling Birds.
Yes.
Yep.
Homing missiles. They're
They were
pretty
fun.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked here. Like I'd asked in the first one about like when she was like, "Has your signet been revealed yet?" She asked again, like, you know, what the heck messed up your armor? And he was just like, I don't
A
remember.
Mudhorn.
Mudhorn, that's right. And I was like, he's like, Mudhorn. And they're like, all right, then your signet shall be the Mudhorn. And he's like, whoa. That's lame. I don't want that. But he came up with an excuse that he had help from an enemy. But he was really clearly, he just didn't like the idea of that being his signet. Come on.
So what did it end up being?
Nothing.
I just like the
nothing.
No, nothing yet. He said
He
basically
didn't accept it?
Yeah, it still has not been revealed. So it's kind of neat because it's like I guess it's something that every Mandalorian
Defines
has to
him?
earn at some point.
It's showing his honorability.
Yeah,
He,
and
he-
that's
he
good.
doesn't feel
'cause-
good taking that because it wasn't his kill.
Yep, and that's like one of the questions I
Makes
really did
sense.
want answered so that we can finally start this world building. Where what does it mean to be revealed? Was it like it's a secret from him, or it's no,
Finally, putting
it's
the
just
little
something you
seeds
earned?
in. I want to see.
Yeah, so it's kind of like it's like your big event or something.
Yeah, it's sort of like this defining moment
Some
of like now
momentous
you're a
thing,
true
yeah.
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
because you've
defeated something.
some big.
It's your
like,
Mandalorian
huge beast. Or,
bar mitzvah.
yeah, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
They all have a catchphrase. They say, "This is the way.
Yes,
This is the way.
this is the
I
way.
don't remember
This
them
is the
saying
way."
that in,
They said like 4 times.
in
like
the
that.
previous episodes.
No.
I don't think they have.
Yeah.
So they were like trying to do a catchphrase, kind of like Nick Nolte
They were
style.
they made fetch happen, man.
This is the way.
Yeah, I have spoken.
Yeah.
They smelt down all of that Beskar. He has more flashbacks.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
That's like his trigger thing.
Yes,
that
it
Beskar
triggers him. It triggers a flashback episode.
And here we did get
Every time she bangs that hammer, I'm like, dude, just don't be in
Yeah,
that
he's like,
room.
you need to
You're
just
kind
get
of
out
going
there.
through like a flashback right now. It's hammer.
They're trying to tell him, be like, look,
Connected.
I know the Mandalorian image is this whole macho thing, but just it's okay to see a therapist, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It'd be hard
It's
with that
okay.
helmet on, though.
That's true.
What were you gonna say? 'Cause I think
we finally
Yeah,
got
here we go.
some useful information from his flashbacks, though, where we see not directly his parents getting blasted, but his parents getting blasted outside the cellar, and then
Did you recognize what that was,
It
or
is
was
a-
that new to the Star
it's
Wars
a super
universe?
battle droid. It's in the
Oh.
prequels.
What
Is that
in-
the same droid from? Is it Rogue One? The
No.
same, or is it the same droid from? Is there one in 7? Final in
I don't think so. I just saw 7 recently.
I don't think so. There's one in Solo and one in Rogue One, like signature
because
droids.
so it must have been Rogue One. The funny droid in Rogue One, he looked kind of similar to
Oh,
them.
yeah, it does kind of.
but I didn't know if that
no.
they were the same.
No, this is definitely a super battle droid, which in episode 2 and 3 are part of the what's it called? The bad guys, essentially, the not Republic,
The Naboo.
Geonosians,
Oh,
and
no, yeah.
Oh God.
the Separatists is what they, I think.
Yeah.
In that one. So it's part of the Separatist army. They have like the regular battle droids, like the little beige dudes that you see in like episode 1, and then they get like the much bigger blue dudes in episode 2 and 3.
Yeah, so we assume that a battle droid kills his parents, and then opens the cellar door, and he's just there looking up, and then
Cut away.
and then basically the armor's done. They're like, "Hey, it's done."
And he's like, wait,
Like,
I need more flashbacks.
just one more second.
Keep hammering.
just need
like
one or two more
hammers.
seconds.
And then he's strutting through the street with his fancy ass armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes back to Carl Weathers for another job.
I was waiting
look
for
like a
that.
BA.
I wanted some Spider-Man, 3 going on, just dancing down the block.
Finger guns
at people. Come on, son, celebrate.
When he walked into that bar, the record skip, everyone was like, damn, you fine.
Yeah, they were like, oh shit.
He got that little child thing that we don't know what to call yet.
I did laugh because he does they comes in and that's he mentions the trackers with Herzog, but this is like where Carl Weathers makes it clear that like literally everyone in that bar knew about this job. It was not the super secret thing that it was sort of made out to be, and he was just like, everyone in here had the same chance and no one did it except you did. So now they're all jealous and mad at you.
But he also asked him what they're gonna do with this child.
Yeah, and Carl Weathers says the same thing. It's like, don't ask,
He's
don't
like,
tell.
hey, we don't ask those
Don't
questions in the
ask,
skill.
don't ask, don't tell. Wow, they have that policy. Dang.
Can't get rid of it.
Carl Weathers tries to like sweeten the deal, like go to like the healing planet.
He's trying
if you do other
real
stuff-
hard to get the Mando to go on vacation.
He mentions
with
the Comptono. He says, "Go get a Comptono of spice, and you won't even remember what the child was."
Just go get
I guess that's a drug
high
in
on
Star
your mind.
Wars.
Yeah, spices. That's also in the prequels. Like, there's a spice dealer. Spice has been in the Star Wars universe for a while.
Did they pull that from
yeah.
Dune?
Yeah,
Basically,
it's a Dune. What does it look like? Is it liquid? Is it something you snort? How do I do spice?
I'm not sure.
Is
I
it
don't
like
know if we
powder?
ever- I don't know if
powder,
we
maybe?
see it. I think crystals. I'm trying to think of what it looks like. Like in the games,
Do I
I feel like it
inject
just
it?
comes in containers. And in episode
Comes
like
in containers.
Do I smoke it with a pipe?
episode 3, this dude has death sticks. I don't know if that's a type of
Death
spice.
sticks.
They're called death sticks. But like every drug gets those crazy names.
That's true.
And it's like a vial. I don't know. It's a good question.
It's probably described somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like a huge Wikipedia page on that stuff.
And Mandalorian takes a puck. It's a calamari that jumped bail. Mm-hmm. He's gonna be like, it was just another job.
Did you say calamari?
Yeah, isn't that what they called it?
Mount Calamari, yeah. Is the planet. That's what Admiral Ackbar was from there, and
Oh my god!
Isn't it like it's like so on the
That's
nose? Right?
hilarious.
It's like the one Star Wars thing that's like so on the nose.
the
Yeah,
one
that's a
Star
little-
Wars thing.
There's a lot of okay.
Well, yeah, that's hilarious. I thought for a second I was like, "Is that Admiral Ackbar?"
I mean,
No,
it's the same
But it's not.
species,
It's the same
Same
species of
It's
people.
like it's like a Yoda.
basically.
And then he goes on his ship and he's ready to leave. And then he reaches for the gear shift and sees that the ball's missing.
He has that memory moment.
And he's like,
This magic moment. It's not really the right music cue.
no.
See, I was gonna go with like "Since You Man
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Although that's an angry angry breakup song, I guess. That doesn't make sense either. Don't listen to us for your song recommendations.
What the world needs now
Burt Bacharach is love,
sweet love.
It's the only thing that you ever have to live.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back.
There we go. Now we're
Now
the song.
we're cooking with
That's
gas.
the song.
So he goes to get the Yoda back. He does some
yeah.
reconnaissance. Has an X-ray gun thing.
Yeah, he's got
Does
like a
some-
laser microphone.
Here-
Listens
yeah.
to Werner Herzog.
He's
He's
got
say like 4 words.
all
and then
the spy
decides
tech
that's
stuff in the
enough.
back of the comic book. He's got it all.
Yeah. Then this is where it turns into Metal Gear Solid.
Yes. Dun, 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 dun.
I got really confused. Like, so he knocks on their front door, and the little eyeball pops out, and he just straight rips it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these 2 stormtroopers come out, like, and he's already slipped away. But then he just like blows up the back, and I was like, I thought you were trying to be sneaky or something, like distract them from another thing. But then you're like, I'm just gonna blow a hole in the wall. Doesn't matter. Like, why did he need to knock on
Pulls
the
him
door?
out the front.
Yeah, no.
You gotta divide and conquer,
He was
Andy.
grabbing that to break it, to create a distraction. And they all come there to see what's going on. He blows up the back wall, so he's not dealing with everybody right at front.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like they were
I thought
all
it
just
was a
been like,
distraction.
hey,
It was
this
like,
is-
I'm doing one thing over
I
here and
guess.
going this way.
I thought it was just going to be like, hey, let's walk around the building real quick. It came from back there.
I want to say before this all happens, he sees the bassinet in a pile of trash.
He
does.
And I'm like, that's a good bassinet.
I know, that thing's like
Like a float.
It
I was-
flo- it-
Throw it away.
I felt
that was
I felt personally attacked when they threw that in
You
the
could
dumpster
drive
because
it. A baby drives it.
we talked at
Baby
length
drive
about
Donate
how
that
cool
to
that
Star
is.
Wars Salvation Army.
Yeah, man.
At the very least.
That's
Sell
a baby driver.
I have to believe that's worth some money. Like, you see how much baby shit costs these days? It's
Oh my gosh,
expensive.
yes.
Baby shit costs a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever
Oh
been?
my
Very
god!
highly
I
sought
thought
after.
it was easy to find.
No, you think so, but
Wow.
no. High quality stuff. You
Usually in
gotta-
diapers, right?
Yeah, and then it's like scene after scene of him taking out stormtroopers in unique ways.
Yes.
He has, and this makes more sense how he killed the Mudhorn. He has a vibroblade.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
like a
it
Star Wars.
electrocutes.
That's a Star Wars weapon. That's like almost like instant kill when used.
Basically, yeah.
No,
And I
isn't
didn't
that
put
on
it
his
together.
rifle? That's his rifle
He's got it.
slash.
No, he's got it in his like bottom boot.
Yeah, it's his
like
knife.
a knife. It's what he stabbed the Mudhorn.
A
with
vibroblade
and
is
killed
like the regular person's lightsaber in the Star Wars
Yeah.
universe. It's like
But also-
an
but
energy sword.
I never noticed it had
basically.
like a shimmering effect on it though when he was using it in
See,
episode
I assume
2.
that was like because it was Beskar or something. Because the Beskar has the same kind of shimmer. I thought when they were looking at the blocks. So I thought maybe it was.
I
Just
feel
that,
like it-
but
it-
you're
I
right.
could
It
be
might.
wrong,
It might.
but-
I would make sense that it's a.
I couldn't get it
vibroblade, though.
confirmed if it was or not. But
We should. Yeah, I'll have to dig into that.
yeah, ask your Star Wars RPG group.
Well, I'll call George up and I'll be like, "Hey, George."
Yeah.
I'll be like, "Hey, what's George? What's okay?" So he's got the knife, right? I'll be like, "Wait a minute, George. You didn't even write the new series, right? That was Favreau."
No, I wasn't around.
All right, bye, George. I'm gonna call my buddy.
Bye.
Call up my buddy Favreau.
you had the one time to call George Lucas and you didn't have any more questions to ask
I want
him.
to talk to him. He's done with Star Wars. Come on. He's useless.
Wow.
His value's over. Get out of here.
This is a striking moment.
People change, and
Andy Hubert
sometimes
has
not for the
changed.
better.
No.
Look, I know. Like, I think he's doing okay.
Probably. Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, okay.
And then he
so
gets the Yoda.
he's got a couple little gadgets and gadgets. He's got like the scorpion effect. He's able to like
He
do
does
like
the get over here.
I did like that. You're right. There was some very creative kills that I enjoyed.
He
There
uses pretty
was-
much every weapon he has. The flamethrower, the
He was really good at
whistling
hiding
birds.
too.
Yeah, surprisingly stealthy.
Yeah.
Good at killing stormtroopers. And I'm good at like stormtroopers like actually kind of put up a fight.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get to
Yes.
see them using tactics.
He got shot in the
Ever.
shoulder again. What's with his shoulders?
I don't
But he's
know.
got the sweet armor on, so
Freaking
just
laser
like ting!
magnets. Yeah.
Ba-ting, ba-ting, ba-doo. The scientist is there with the Yoda. They're doing some like weird tests on him. There's
Yeah,
a
they
bunch
were
of
like extracting
Yeah,
something
they're
from
like
him.
stealing the force from him or something.
Okay, that's not Taika Waititi.
They're extracting midichlorians.
No,
I'm calling it now.
Oh,
I'm calling
no.
it now.
You better not.
I hope I'm wrong.
I hope you're
I'm wrong.
They gotta be right. I feel like
my
that's
God.
right.
No,
I saw this and I was like, oh my
force energy.
You no.
How are they extracting them? Are they in your bloodstream?
So we're to assume the scientist does have Yoda's best intentions at heart.
He seems he
He like doesn't want it dead. He like he's like the scientist wants to study it, keep it alive, kind of thing.
Right, and in the first meeting with Herzog, the Herzog was like, "Look, if you have to kill it, kill it." And the scientist was like, "No."
Yeah.
And in this one, he's like, "No, I'm the only reason he's still alive. They were gonna kill him."
And Grief Karga tells the Mandalorian to like go tell the New Republic or whatever. And it's like and he's just like, they're not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
They suck.
One Republic.
Yeah, One Republic.
I mean, we see that because they're in the new ones. They're pretty useless, and then they get blown up on their
Yeah.
planets. So
Yeah.
goodbye.
They're pretty bad.
And this is like an offshoot of the Empire, because like the Empire, I guess there's a lot of dialogue that gets mentioned. They're made
Yep.
of like warlords. And,
It's essentially what has
Left.
happened in the book universe too,
yeah.
where it's like
like
as
a
soon
splinter
as
cells of the Empire, like all over
different group, like basically different imperial like generals and governors like became warlords and just operated their own like fiefdoms basically, and it sounds like that's sort of this dude's role
Werner
on a much
Herzog's.
smaller scale.
Yeah.
And that's what I sort of assumed that the First Order came out of something like that too. So we'll have to.
Yeah,
see
it was
if they
probably the
address
best
something.
of those fractions
Yeah.
that rose to power.
Something like that.
Everyone just kind
Just
of
like-
joined them.
Accumulating people and building a big army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is still like the Rebel Alliance in some form
Yeah.
called the New Republic.
Yeah, where's that? That's the New Republic?
I think that's what they call
The
them.
so the New Republic is the government that forms after the fall of the Empire. But it's back in Coruscant. Even in the new movies, you don't see much of it because the understanding is like they're too busy still trying to like put the galaxy back together to care about the First Order. Is sort of the implication. I think.
well, that gets out of hand.
I think there's a lot of stuff that happens in the comics that kind of flesh it out a bit more. But that's why like Leia has the resistance as its own separate thing is because she's like, well, then I'll just privately fund an army and do it myself.
Do we ever get a layout of like what this galaxy looks like? I mean, I'm talking about a galaxy, so it's huge.
I would
but,
assume
but,
There's like 20 planets that have been mentioned.
I'm sure some of the
or
video
so.
games have like some star maps that are
Yeah.
that are canon and
I don't think there are a
contain
ton
that.
of like life form planets, like livable planets that have been mentioned.
Oh, there's gotta be a ton, right?
I'd say a
would
couple.
assume there's a lot.
I would say like 20 to 30 at most. Planets that
It's,
support
it's hard
life.
to say.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good point.
but
It's got to be within that
because like
Goldilocks zone.
Like and Obi-Wan goes in and like uses some star maps in episode 2 and 3, I think, and talks about the different systems, and they're always traveling all over to them. And so, I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, with hyperspeed, I mean, you can get across the galaxy real fast.
That's true.
That is up for debate as well, because they talk about that in like the Solo movie. They're like, oh, we'll be in hyperspace for like a couple days, and like the idea of like what is the passage of time, and like how long does it take to get places, and how does that work? It's a
Does time pass differently
rabbit
in this
hole.
galaxy?
it's like real slow.
Yeah.
You come back to a
time
planet,
ago.
everyone's old again. You're
Yeah.
like, oh man.
Like, dang, I knew I shouldn't take a hyperspace. Everyone I knew and loved is all dead. I'm now
bummer.
200 years old.
Well, we could get there in about 3 days, but
Everyone you know and
your,
love will
your
be
wife and your children
years old.
will have passed.
Yeah.
All right, press it.
The Mandalorian sneaks the child out of the complex. All the key fobs go off all over the place.
Well, I should say he doesn't even really sneak the baby out. Like
No.
he starts,
Like, yeah, he
he
gets
starts
it
out
out.
sneaking. But once he gets it, he's just like, I'm going to kill all
Yeah.
the stormtroopers.
But now
That's when
everybody.
he uses whistling birds or whatever to kill. That's
Oh
pretty cool.
yes, yeah.
The new weapon. So yeah, but you're right.
But-
all the bounty hunters are suddenly like, all their fobs are going off again.
Yeah.
My assumption is that Herzog
The bounty's
turned it
back
back
on.
on,
Yeah.
and was like, fucking get that guy.
Yeah, as soon as that happened, I was like, ooh, something's
yeah.
happening.
It was the John Wick thing. Where it's like
It is.
everyone gets the
get
alert.
the phone calls. Yeah, little
at,
texts.
At 7 p.m., John Wick will be redacted, or whatever they call it in that
Excommunicado.
world.
Excommunicado.
And then every the bounty hunters
Oh
get
yeah.
that AOL instant messenger.
Is that the third one or the second one?
It's the end of the second one and the third one.
I fell asleep during the third
How
one.
did you do that?
during every movie?
They have a sword fight on motorcycles. He has a horse kick a guy to death twice.
I think
Where
I
did you
didn't
fall
see
asleep?
that.
They fight in a knife
I was
museum.
so tired.
Oh my
It was a
God.
bad day to go.
Well, I will say, I mean, it is a running joke on here that Andy M just falls asleep at the movies. That's what he does.
I wasted a lot of money that way.
Oh man! So yeah, we get the fun walk through the city, and we see like more and more bounty hunters kind of on the sides and on the wings and stuff. And
They surround him in essentially like town
and the
square.
Mando doesn't seem to acknowledge them even. He seems like aware they're there, but
Yeah,
doesn't care.
he's-
He's just like, I'm just gonna walk.
What are they
the
gonna
hell-
do?
What are they gonna do? I got new armor. It's all shiny. Who gives a shit?
But he's just waiting for them to start, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And then Carl Weathers is right there at the gates. His ship is just passed. You can see it. He was
He's
so
always
close.
parking it so far away.
I know. And then,
I mean, those sand people are going to come and steal it again.
right? Yeah.
Get closer.
I thought about that when he gets back to the planet at the beginning of the episode, because he like parks and then it's like he like has to walk through the entire city to get back to like the Carl Weathers thing. And I was like, man, don't they have like bikes you can rent or something? Like just
Yeah.
freaking get over that. It takes
Get a
forever.
scooter, man. They're all over the city.
Yeah, get one of those little birds, just like
Carl Weathers tells him to put it in like a carrier, an R. What's that unit? It's not an
yeah.
R2D2. It's something
it's
else.
just an R2 style droid
Yeah,
unit. But
droid is like
driving a speeder,
transport.
similar to
Yeah,
the
it's
one
like a
from
taxi.
episode 1.
And instead of doing that, he just goes on a gunfight and starts killing everybody.
Yes.
Yes.
as best he can.
He jumps into the speeder.
Uses it as cover.
Tells
And
it to go.
Tells the droid to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Kill it. The droid somehow has like the sense of self-preservation and is just like, hell yeah, let's get out of here.
Carl Weathers shoots that robot
He
and
killed
crashes.
that droid, yeah.
Yeah.
That droid dead.
And everything's looking bad for the Mandalorian. And then suddenly, Deus Ex Mandalorian.
Oh, man.
It was.
All these sweet Mandalorians come jetpacking around.
Yeah, freaking jetpack flying in.
killing all the
It
other
made
bounty
sense,
hunters.
though. It made
It
sense.
was sweet.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a good.
It was set up. It was all
set
there.
up well.
and,
yeah.
and heavy-duty bully Mando is just like, get out of here, we got this.
Yeah.
And just like
Yeah.
wrecks a million people with his awesome, humongous laser gun.
This is the way.
This is the way. And I do like, because here's...
Mandalorians got to stick together.
You get some cool world building here, too.
Yeah, they have to relocate the
he says we'll
tribe.
have to relocate the covert. And, like, so... I always kind of want, like, someone... I don't know what I was watching. Someone had said, like, oh, when they go back to Mandalore, and, like, they thought that, like, the tunnel piece was, like, back on that planet. And I was like, what? When did that come into play? And I was like, okay, I was not wrong. It's definitely just in this town. It's, like, this Mandalorian hideout.
Yeah, it's just like an outpost for them.
And they mentioned something...
They say they're sending the foundlings, like, at the extra Beskar.
Yes.
So there's a place where that's going.
Assume it's going somewhere. But they talk about like how they send one Mando out at a time to like do something and bring back more for them. Or it sounds like they have a strange system of like survival, essentially.
Well, yeah, because they seem like maybe they're considered second-class citizens in some way, and so
Well, they mentioned
maybe.
the
They're
purge,
also-
which is a thing in the Star Wars universe. I don't know if it's the same one in the current one as it is like in the Legacy, whatever. But I mean, that was a thing where like there was a big war and basically the Mandalorians were almost wiped out. But and so yeah, I'm sure we're going to be learning more about it as we go on.
They're like the endangered species of the Star Wars universe.
And so now
Yes.
I'm like really, I like the idea of like this covert, and like I want to know if there's more of them, like how many, like are they all over the place, or is it just like
There's
one
gotta
or
be other
two, and, like, there's
groups.
like a headquarters somewhere that they're sending.
Is
them to?
Mandalorian even a race? Because he's a little kid.
Yeah.
He could
Oh,
just be
that's
from like
right.
another
That's what that was
species
part of
some
my
kind.
prediction was that
And you
like
get
he
turned
was
into
just sort
them.
of adopted by Mandalorians, or like just be like found as an orphan. They're
Like Mimi Siku in Jungle to Jungle.
maybe yeah.
Listen to that episode of our podcast.
maybe being a Mandalorian is just a state of mind, you know.
yeah, you just like smoke up and yeah, I'm a Mandalorian now.
I've achieved my Mandalorian.
It's like an Eagle Scout.
man.
You just got to do
Oh,
the
yeah,
right
get
thing,
enough
get the right
badges.
badges, and you get in.
You get enough Beskar, and you're good to go.
Never show your helmet. That's a big part of
You
it.
just
You
say
got to
that.
start with the mask, right?
is the
You
way.
gotta
I'm
do the
getting.
face.
I was getting concerned in this episode, guys, because I was saying he's got to take it off at some point, and then in this one they were like, "You have literally never taken your mask off ever, correct?" And he's like, "Nope." And I was like, "Oh fuck, that's not good for the rest of this. He's never gonna take it off, guys."
I hope
yeah.
not.
Well, he's probably going to at the very end.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like the season. No, it's gonna be the teaser for season
teaser.
2. He's gonna start lifting it up, and it's gonna be like,
That's such a lame teaser.
It wipes as he pulls it down. The Star Wars wipe happens.
that has to happen now. If it doesn't happen that way, now I'm gonna be mad.
It's a wipe up.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's so good. I love it.
I can't wait to see that happen.
At the end of this episode, right before he gets away, Carl Weathers does sneak into his ship.
Yep.
And tries one more time. Give me that child. Mm-hmm. And they have a shootout. Mandalorian uses his scorpion.
Get over here.
Get over here. To
And he sprays
make some
the-
steam happen.
Well, it's like the carbonite stuff.
Carbonite
Yeah.
steam. And then he shoots Grief Karga in the chest where he had Beskar that he was showing off earlier.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah. A good setup.
Of
A
the
good
set.
setup for that
Yeah.
one.
And it's like this is like all just like this is the Western episode.
Yeah.
Like that's
They-
like so
the
many common
showdown
tropes
with
that
all
happen.
the
It was a
guys
much
and-
stronger episode overall
without a
than the
doubt.
last
This
two.
is a very good one.
So much setup. Every scene like led to something else.
Yep, I really liked it. This as an episode. This was a lot of fun, and we get the
Yeah.
fun last bit where he's flying off and he takes the knob off and hands it back to the baby
Here you
Yoda.
go. Here's your toy.
It's
here's
just
your
sort of
toy, buddy.
like we're just two pals cruising through the galaxy
Yeah,
now.
I don't think he really knows where he's going, but
And then we get the kind of I'm not 100% sure how I feel about the last bit where like one of the one Mandalorian like flies up next to him
Yeah.
and like gives him a salute and then flies away. I was like,
it's for that one line where he says, "I got to get me one of those."
it was good. And like
I was also like,
It was a
why
good, like,
didn't he
this is the
salute
way kind
him
of thing.
back?
Well,
that felt
maybe he outranks
offensive.
him, you know? But I enjoyed it, but at the same time it was very corny. But
It was a little corny.
I
it was
mean,
kind of like Arnold
It
Schwarzenegger.
did feel kind
in
of Star
Jingle
Wars
All the Way.
level of corny though. There's plenty of Star Wars that is goofy.
It was a Jingle All the
goofy
Way
as hell.
moment.
A little bit, but yeah, it was pretty good.
Or where Joker sees Batman's sweet plane in the Tim Burton Batman, and he says, "Where does he get those wonderful toys?"
Or Will Smith in Independence Day when he's flying the alien ship.
gotta get me one of these.
Episode directed by Deborah Chow, the first female director to direct a live-action Star Wars thing.
Nice.
Bryce Dallas Howard's doing episode 4, which is exciting too.
Directing?
Who?
I didn't know she directed.
Oh,
Ron Howard's daughter.
Yeah, Bryce Dallas or Bryce. Dallas Howard.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
I didn't hear the first one. I just heard
Bryce
Howard
Dallas
at the
Howard?
end.
Bryce Dallas Howard is directing the next episode.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Get some ladies to do some more episodes. Deborah Chow is going to do the Obi-Wan series. She's going to be the head runner on that.
There's going to be an
show,
Obi-Wan
so-
series, not just a movie? I didn't even hear
I
that.
figured it was going to be a series.
Yeah. And she's going to be the showrunner for it. And if this episode's any indication,
They're not going to stop.
Oh,
ever.
yeah. This is
Oh,
a
they
great
also will
episode.
never stop. Yeah.
Can't stop.
You can't
Won't
stop.
Stop.
No.
Can't stop until there's no more money left in those pockets.
End of this third episode felt almost like it could have been the end of a film.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, where's Boba Fett going? Where's Yoda going? I don't know. Let's see in episode 2 of Mandalorian.
It would have been a weak movie, though, I feel like, overall.
It would have been.
I feel like it would have needed a lot
into
more.
next
But
one.
yes.
I'm curious. I think too. I think one of the things I really do enjoy about this series is that it's not being dumped all at once. That it is a week-to-week premiere.
You get to take your pill every week.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know. Sometimes
That's
I really
how,
like.
That's how shows should be.
I'm always
watched.
torn on this because I do really like being able to just see everything. I hate having to wait, but having to wait makes me like think about
It's
all the
better.
stuff that has happened. It gets me into discussions about what might come next. It's a lot of fun, and I don't know. I'm torn on which way I prefer, but
When everything's-
I really enjoy it for this series.
When something's dropped all at once, I'm like, I can watch that whenever. Like, I don't need to watch it right away. It'll
Yeah,
always be
yeah.
there for me. With this, it was like, okay, I can like dole it out a little bit at a time, and I can take it in. What I like about this show is that the low points so far have been in the middle of the episode. Everything starts and ends high, which
Yeah.
makes me like happy and excited.
That's true.
To like watch a next episode, because like there is going to be a bad thing, but it's going to be in the middle. The Mandalorian's going to overcome it, and it's going to leave me anticipating the next thing, because it's not like depressingly like this is the worst thing, like ever's in the low point.
Yeah.
Like I want to see these people succeed, and I get to do that with this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think overall it's been pretty good. How many episodes are we expecting?
There's 8.
8 of them?
So next, I'm curious to know if they're going to have sort of a mid-season finale.
There's like a
next
break
episode.
of one, but yeah,
He's got a, like, the
this felt
next...
like a finale to me.
That's
but-
kind of what I thought, but it was episode 3. I was surprised that it wouldn't be like at episode 4 that has.
It sort of wraps up the Yoda child storyline. It's like, okay, now what's this next?
My guess
chapter?
is, yeah, I'm assuming next episode is going to start the arc of collecting a crew of people
and figuring out what to do
figuring out
with
what
the
to
child.
Do. So yeah,
Yeah, and also figuring out why everyone's after this child.
Yeah, because he still doesn't quite.
that's true. He
fully
doesn't really
grasp
know
what
anything
is.
about it. He just has this kind of attraction.
Yeah,
to
he's going to
it.
find out more about
This
its
connection.
powers and stuff. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see, like, what Yoda is all about.
I know, there's so much fun. Like again, very
Cute. It's so cute,
Going back
too.
to John Wick 3 again, I really enjoy getting more of the world building every time. Like just getting bits of like, oh, that's such a neat thing that's how that works in the world.
Yeah.
Or like and just learning the pieces of what it's like existing in the Star Wars universe. Those are always a lot of fun.
Maybe the Mandalorian gives up Yoda to somebody who's like really going to take care of it, and he's got to move on to a different story in the next season. Like
Yeah.
it's totally
Like,
different.
he finds Yoda parents.
Yeah, or just like a place where he belongs. Some like a Jedi or some sort of force comes out. Maybe even Mark Hamill shows up and like takes it.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh. It could... Well, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's possible.
I like the Yoda puppet's hair a lot. I noticed that a
Yes.
lot. It's got cute little hair follicles.
Yeah.
I just saw on Reddit that they were talking about, like, Disney wanted to do more CG for Yoda, and Werner Herzog was like, no, you can't. Look, don't do that.
He said, "Don't do it, you cowards."
I was like, when Herzog calls you a coward, you're like, oh shit, oh fuck, I got to do it that
Maybe
way.
he should be the showrunner for a season or something.
I mean, he made a movie
Or
about
get-
a guy taking a boat over a mountain, which meant he had to do that in the movie. So put a puppet Yoda in this. Come on,
you cowards.
you cowards.
Is Warner going to do a movie? He'd be great.
He would be.
Episode 10.
His own movie?
Yeah.
Give it to him. They got a whole bunch
He's
of
an
them.
interesting. He's a good actor, actually,
at
because
least
he's
give
kind
him
of
a story.
creepy in a weird. He's like a weird German
Yeah.
kind of. I don't know.
That'd be a very interesting Star Wars movie.
There's some fun interviews where he says he really likes to watch wrestling.
That's why you like
He
him
watches
so much,
WrestleMania every year because like the biggest spectacle. And he likes to like be in touch
course.
with what's happening in
Yeah.
the world.
Of course. He ate his own boot once.
Oh, just the one boot,
Yeah.
the Das boot.
Well, so I have the documentary Burden of Dream, which is about making the movie about this guy that took the boat over the mountain, and it sounded like a disaster. And then there's something in there where he like made some bet that if he was wrong, he was going to eat his shoe, and then he was wrong about something, and so they have a video of him actually eating part of his own boot.
Hey, if it's leather,
Yeah,
I'd eat
Committed.
it.
Yeah, he committed.
I think he just boiled it and cut it into small pieces.
That's what I would
slowly
do.
ate it.
Yep.